His eldest son stole the family home with a friendly pen and a false promise. So Walter moves next door, cranks up construction, and crushes the flip publicly. Welcome to The Fallout Zone.
I'm Walter Greene, 61, retired contractor, and the man who built the house that raised my kids and held my wife's laughter in the walls. My eldest, Evan, called it estate planning. He slid papers across my kitchen table with the same hands I taught to hold a hammer. "You keep living here, Dad," he said. "This just makes probate easy." I signed, trusting the boy I'd once carried on my shoulders. 2 weeks later, a notice on my door said I had 30 days to vacate. Evan stood on the porch in a blazer I'd never seen, rehearsed lines about market timing and how a flip would set the family up. Family didn't include me. He hugged me like a stranger and left a moving company brochure on the doormat. I did what men like me do when the ground goes out, checked the joists. The deed was clean, the promise wasn't. I begged him over coffee, over texts, in a quiet booth at the diner where his mother loved the pie. "Let me buy it back," I said. "I'll even pay a premium." Evan stared past me like he was hunting for a fire exit. "It's business, Dad." The night I left, I walked room to room with a toolbox and a towel for my eyes. A scuff on the baseboard from a tricycle, her perfume still faint in the closet. I locked the door, turned in the keys he now controlled, and slept in my pickup behind the hardware store until I could think without breaking. Thinking is what saved me. I took my pension and made a cash offer on the property next door, the one with a sagging porch and a neighbor who liked the idea of closing fast. We shook hands before his agent knew I existed. On closing day, I pulled the permit board I'd kept from the old days. If Evan wanted a flip, I'd give him an earthquake. At dawn, I rolled in a rental skid steer and a convoy of subcontractors I trusted. Demo saws sang, dumpsters thudded, soil tests, trenching, concrete trucks backing, beeping, all legal, all loud, all day. I filed every permit by the book and posted a cheerful sign, "Future Community Garden, coming soon." The neighborhood loved it. Buyers touring Evan's quiet, updated gem did not. Flippers live on calendars. I live on seasons. I forgot to schedule the noisiest pours until his open houses. I offered the crew time and a half for Saturday mornings. I painted the side of my new place a tasteful shade that made his staging look cheap in photos. And because karma sometimes appreciates a nudge, I mailed a neat packet to the local paper, screenshots of his LLC hopscotch, county filings on a quitclaim shuffle, a prior eviction of a 74-year-old he'd pushed out across town, and a stack of texts where he called it just paperwork. The article hit on a Wednesday. Headlines about house flipping son evicts dad traveled faster than any concrete set. The listing's comments filled with fire. Agents canceled showings. For once, silence found Evan. He showed up late one night at the job site, jaw tight, eyes red like they'd been scrubbing numbers. "You're destroying me," he said. I leaned on the bucket of the skid steer. "No, son. You did that when you mistook blood for profit." He flinched, then finally said the thing that explained the blazer and the hurry. A private loan shark who'd fronted him cash at rates that made payday lenders blush. Miss 2 payments and men with soft voices start knocking. He'd gambled our home to get free. I didn't forgive him. Not then, but I recognized a man trapped under his own collapsed roof. I told him 2 truths. I wouldn't stop the project, and I wouldn't let those men touch him. We drew up a contract the next day, ironclad. He sold me the house at a fair price, enough to get that debt wolf off his back, and I put the title in a trust that he will never control again. My other 2 kids, Maya and Luke, came by that weekend. We planted the first beds of the garden, tomatoes, beans, and a row of marigolds for their mother. The crews finished the pathways. The noise faded into laughter and kids pedaling through, ringing bells. The house Evan tried to flip, it sat and sat. When the price finally came down, a school teacher and a nurse bought it, good people. They volunteer in the garden on Sundays. I sleep again, a few steps from the home I built, now shielded by a fence I can see through and a community I can count on. Evan doesn't come around much. We talk by text. He pays the price of his choices every day, same as I do. Sometimes I stand between the two houses and listen. Wind in the maple, and somewhere under it, the sound of a promise being rebuilt, the only way that lasts. Slowly, together, or not at all.
Thank you for watching The Fallout Zone. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.